Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be diving into one of Vulnhub machines, which is DriftingBlues 3. I will put the link into the video below so that you can download it and play it on your own. Before we get started, however, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. This really helps the channel grow. And this machine involves one of important techniques in the cybersecurity or penetration, which is log poisoning, or specifically SSH log poisoning. And however, if you use the newer distribution of Linux, you will encounter some kind of a problem. And you will know what I mean later in my video. Okay, so now we can get started. We can head over to Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be net discover. All right, as you can see over here, the IP address of the target machine could be recognized as 160. As you know, the first one belongs to the internal DHCP server of VirtualBox. And the second one, of course, I'm using VirtualBox as hypervisor to set up my lab, okay? And the second one is assigned to host machine. In my case, is Windows, okay? So what do we have to do next? We need to conduct port and save scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So now we can get out its results. As you can see over here, I took the options like scene scan, the default script scan, the virtual scan, and also the I use the option of -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. So then we can retrieve the scanning results when necessary from this file. Although you can notice here, the IP address has been changed as I imported the machine into the VirtualBox. So this time, the target machine has been assigned different IP address. This doesn't matter. Okay, so from the map scanning results, we can tell that the target has two open ports. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service or secure shell service, and also the version information open SSH 7-point line version number. I don't think we can find any workable vulnerability for this particular version of OpenSSH. So we can put it aside for a while. So the next one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information Apache 2. And also we can we can get the robots file available on the target site, and which contains one disallowed entry. We need to check it out manually later. Okay, so I think it's very clear what we should do next. We need to conduct enumeration both manually and automatically. Let's fire up the browser to do the manual enumeration first. We can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter. So DriftingBlues Tech proudly presents Crossroads. So there is one picture. I think we can download the picture to our working directory. DriftingBlues 3, yeah, this one. So we can save, and also we can scroll down to the bottom. Here there is one link, secret tickets. We can open link in new tab, but nothing special here. Sold out. Sorry for inconvenience. And also let's go back to the home page. Here this is another hyperlink which would be led to internet or beyond the scope of this penetration. Okay, so now we can check its source code. So nothing at all. And let me check whether this image, the downloaded image, hides something important. So we can use like exif2, press enter. So this utility will retrieve all metadata from this image. Let's check all of metadata, but nothing interesting here. So next, what can we do next? We need to, check the robots file. Okay, events. Maybe we can copy and paste over here. We need to access this directory. Press enter. So man, there is a problem with SSH. John said it's poisonous. So I think this message is giving us some sort of hint. We need to poison the SSH. Okay, and IDK, if he is mentally challenged, please find and fix it. Also, we find another page we can copy and paste over here. And we can find, I think from this web page, we can find something very important, like the hint, which has something to do with SSH Log Poisoning, and also find another page. And also, this would be possible username, right? Possible username. Okay. Before I access this page, I'd like to launch the Nikto to do the automatic enumeration. This way can save our time. And now we can access this page by the browser. So now she is little queen of space, blah, blah, blah. Everybody says she got a module. I don't know what they are. However, in this source code, we can notice this string. And apparently, it's encoded by space 64. We can copy and we can go to new tab. We can decode this message using command line. We can use pipe operator, base 64 with option of D to decode. And here in output, we find another encoded message. No problem. We can use the same way to decode. We find another page, admins fix it. We can paste over here. Let's go back. I think Nikto has already given something important, so then this might be interesting. Secret. Let's take a look at this directory secret. In the meantime, I think we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. And we can specify the word list by option of W-W, directory, extension option, press enter. So let's go back to check. Here some capital A, nothing useful. So next, I think just now, Nikto found the block and also the PHP myadmin application. So let's take a look at all of those PHP myadmin. However, we got something ABC. I don't think they are encrypted message because the pattern same ABC, ABC, and also we can check its source code. And so I think this would be some sort of rabbit holes left by the author of this machine. So next we can check its WordPress admin section, but this is actually not WordPress. We can open link this. So WordPress platform. I think this another rabbit hole left by the author. So next, so make a file. So what it's about? Make a file. Pranked. A lot of rabbit holes. So the Drupal. You know, this is another popular CMS, similar to WordPress. Another rabbit hole again. So I think privacy. So what it's about? Privacy. Press enter. So there are a lot of rabbit holes with this machine, but it's okay if we can follow our own methodology. This will not be affected by such rabbit holes. Okay, so I think just now we have already found this page. We need to take a look at this page by the browser. Enter. So this is the SSH authentication log. I hope blah 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 blah, and I think under this comment we can see a lot of SSH log. Okay, very interesting. So what are we going to next? Let me close down all of the tabs. I think next we need to poison this log of SSH authentication. So how to poison SSH log? Let me show you. Normally we can use this way, SSH, and we can use this. You know, this is a one-liner of web shell. I've already used this one-liner of web shell a lot. Okay, so we use this one-liner of web shell as username. Of course, this username doesn't exist for certain. However, you know, this will be put into or saved into the log file, and later we can, you know, access this log file and pass the parameter. The parameter name is cmd, and then we can execute some commands. Okay, so let me try to connect to the or SSH to the target. Enter. However, we got the error remote. Username contains invalid characters. If you are using older distribution of Linux, I think this approach can work without a problem. However, with the newer distribution of Linux, the Linux will prevent us from, you know, using the username which contains illegal or invalid characters. So how to do? The one approach is to find the older distribution of Linux, but this will be, you know, time consuming. We can take another way. Actually, Metasploit itself has one module which can serve as SSH client. Okay, so let me launch Metasploit console. And we can search SSH and also auxiliary. So I think which one? I think this one is what I'm looking for. We can use, sorry, I forgot to use the command use, and then we can show options. We can set remote host to our target. The port number, remote port number, we can leave it because in our case, the target is using default port number. And we can set the username as one-liner of web shell PHP system. and the get cmd and question mark less symbol. So now let me make a double check. I think it's correct. And now we can set a password. We can set it to anything. This doesn't matter. Now we can run it. You know, this module has already been completed. So now we can exit from this Metasploit console. Next, let's access this SSH log by the browser. We need to pass the parameter ID, CMD, and we can run command like ID. We can press enter, and we can check whether the command has been. However, I think the ID command has already been executed without a problem, right? So what are we going to do next? Next, we need to check to see whether netcat is available or not on the target. Press enter. Let me scroll down. So netcat, let me check. We can use nc. No. Next. Yeah, the netcat is available on the target. So I think it will be very easy to get initial foothold on the target. We can run reverse command by this web shell. But before we do that, we can set up the listen on the Linux, waiting for collection from the target. And let's go back. We can use the netcat, the IP address of the Linux and port number. Press enter. I think it's working. Fantastic. We successfully got the collection from the target. Although it's a bit ugly, doesn't matter. We can utilize the Python to spawn a better shell or better session. We can run Python import pty module, pty spawn. Okay, it's better. Now also I'd like to define the environmental variable term. Then I can clear screen when necessary to get bigger room on the screen. Okay, for example, I can run clear. Now go to the home directory. We need to do some local enumeration, right? So there is only one normal user, robot J. And at this moment, we do not have permission to grab the user flag. However, above this user flag, we can notice SSH directory. And also, I think from the permissions, we know that the other user here, we are everybody else, right? www- or dash data has a permission to this directory. It means that we can go inside this directory. So nothing here. However, because we have a permission to write something into this directory. And so how to do next? We can, I think we can create the key. Let me print out the working directory first, and SSH key. And I'd like to save the key pairs under the current working directory. Okay, no passphrase. So next, I'd like to upload this public key to the target. So how to do? We can set up a web server on the Linux, and then we can use wget pub. Okay, no problem. And we can copy this public key to authorized keys. Okay. Next, we can maybe we can open new tab. Make the font to be bigger, and we need to change the permission for private key in order to use it properly. SSH Log J. Yes. I think, as you can see, we have already got access to the target or initial foothold on the target. Let me clear the screen. Next, we can grab the user flag without a problem. Next, we need to do more local enumeration to elevate our privilege. First of all, I'd like to run sudo, but sudo command not found. And the next command, or next, I'm going to find or look for binaries with SUID bit, and we can use command find. I'd like to start searching from root directory, and the option is a perm or permission for 1000, and type is file rather than directory. And also I'd like to, to here means error. I want to redirect all error to special device or null device or black hole. Okay, press enter. We find this one, get info. Let's run it. It looks like this binary involves the IP address command or ifconfig, and also the ulim command, right? So I think but this is just our guess. We need to, make a deeper analysis. For example, we can use strings to retrieve the readable characters. However, strings a command not found. So maybe we can, transfer this binary to canonics for analysis. So how to do? Let me copy this binary to temp directory, and then we can. So how to transfer? Let me show you another way. We can, of course, you can use Python. You can set up a web server on the target and then download it from the target. But here I'd like to show you another approach. So we can set up the listener, and when this listener receives data, will redirect or save the data into this file. You can use any lim. Okay, so now we can cat get info and tunnel to press enter. As you can see, we have already got a collection and received the data. This is the size of the data. So next we can, of course, change the mode, make it executable. Now we can use strings command to display all readable characters. So I think, the commands like set UID and also hosts command and the cat and also OS ulim. So however, I think the vulnerability or the loophole of this binary is such command are caught with the command name itself rather than the absolute path, right? So I think we can, manipulate our own cat or host command. Let me show you what I mean in action. We can create our own cat, for example, like bin bash to cat, and I want it to have full permissions cat, and also, of course, we need to change the path environment path variable temp and original path variable. Next, we can run this get info command again. As you can see, we have already become the root user. We can navigate to root directory, and then we can grab the root. Oh, sorry. Here, now we cannot use the cat command because we have already changed its meaning or its function of this command. It doesn't matter, we can use more command. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye.